So the second question was differentiation. So first of all, we have to identify what exactly we need to do. So it's a natural log, but of course there's a little bit more going on in the log than just a simple x. So I think one of the first things to do is to change the square root into a half. So y is equal to the natural log of this to the power of a half. Now with logs, we can bring the power down to the front, and it'll look like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my substitution method. So I'm going to let u equal to the x plus 1, x minus 1. So that means y is equal to a half natural log of u. Now, when I go to do dy du, I'm going to get a half. And then when I differentiate the natural log of n, I should get, or natural log of u, I should get 1 over u. So my dy du is equal to, now u itself is x plus 1. So really it's a half times 1 over x plus 1, x minus 1. And I know that looks a bit complicated, but really if you think about that, it is 1 divided by this guy. And 1 can be written as 1 over 1. Division is multiply, and you flip the fraction that follows. So long story short, if you are dividing underneath there by that fraction, it ultimately becomes a half times x minus 1, x plus 1. And then, of course, you have your 2 there as well. So you have your dy du is equal to really x minus 1 all over 2 bracket x plus 1. So that's kind of the tidiest version. Now that's your dy du. I still have to do my du dx. Now to do du dx, I'm going to use my quotient rule. So I'm going to let u equals the top. Now I know there's a few u's and v's flying around here, but you know, change the color of your pen if it helps, or put it in a little bubble. I do that sometimes just so that it doesn't all get muddled up. Changing the color of your pen is probably one of the best ideas. So I'm differentiating each one. The differentiation is pretty easy. And then of course on page 25 of my log tables, I'm using my quotient formula. So that's v. Now I'm just skipping writing the formula here, but you guys, of course, in the real thing should be writing the formulas in. I'm just kind of speeding it up for the video. But I am following the quotient rules. So you can pause the video and obviously try these for yourself and then just double check that you're getting the same answer as me. So tidying it up another little bit, multiplying in the 1. This one just becomes x plus 1. Just be careful when you go to do your signs, because you need to multiply that minus in the whole way. So minus x minus 1 all over x minus 1 to be squared. And again, tidy it up as much as possible. They actually cancel, so I'm left with minus 2 over x minus 1 squared. Now remember, this is your, this was our du dx. So that's our du dx, and we have dy dx, so dy du. So to get dy dx, we need to combine the du dx with the dy du. And of course, the idea of this is the du's cancel, and we are left with dy dx. My du dx, as we figured out, is minus 2 x minus 1 to be squared, multiplied by the dy du, which is x minus 1 bracket over 2 bracket x plus 1. Now, you'd always hope, I suppose, again, you'd have more cancelling, which we do. So one of these will cancel with one of them. The minus 2 will cancel, well, 2 will go in there and in there minus 1 times. So we end up with minus 1 over x minus 1, x plus 1. Now, if you want to multiply out there, you'd end up with x squared minus x plus x minus 1. So the most simplified version, in fact, is minus 1 over x squared minus 1. So that was worth 10 marks.